Yeah, Shirlene, that's what we're doing. I've been working on this for quite a while. I haven't run it on here in a while. Angie, they're going to beam you up. It's not an app. This is live audio. There's no audio. Let me pause this really quick. I never run any app on this channel. Everything is live audio. So there is no audio being inputted. No, nothing that should be understood. It's all binary frequency. There's 3 different frequencies being used, and it's all binaural beats. There's no voices at all. The 3 frequencies that I'm using, they produce, for some weird reason, they produce voices that are coming from nowhere. So that's basically what we're working on. And you will hear things coming through. It's pretty crazy. It is pretty crazy. And let me see. What's up?
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
how's it going?
How's it going? Pretty good. How are you?
I'm good.
Does your thing here show you got pictures that come up on it from them?
It does.
It does. I've used like what you call a spectrum meter before.
Mm-hmm.
Have you tried those? Is that what this kind of is?
Well, spectrum spectrum analyzer?
Yeah.
No.
Like I sit at home with it once in a while and just kind of see like what I can pick up.
Well, that's
I see even put pictures across.
That's what the image is in the center. But the images on top are images generated from white noise.
Oh, okay.
So that's basically what it is. So the ones on top is generated from white noise. The ones in the center are that's the spectrum analyzer.
Okay. And I've used one of those.
And you see the frequencies on the right hand side. There's numbers. You can barely read them, but it shows the frequency.
Now, what do you think? You think these little spectrum things, like emit frequencies from your thoughts? Like, you think they analyze that?
No, they
No.
they produce the images from noise,
Okay.
from
Yeah,
the
because I know,
frequencies.
like a lie detector, it can be measured, like your thoughts can be measured like a lie detector, but not
Right,
actually picked up like one of these spectrums.
right. Well, because the spectrums are not connected to us like via, like diodes that you would put stickies on and then clip wiring to those. So yeah, there's no way it could read your thoughts per se.
Now, what is that one in the middle reading right now?
That's just from the frequencies that are being fed through. That's
Just
being
what's
picked
around
up.
you?
No, that's what's being picked up through the sounds that I'm generating, that I'm putting out there into the ether to try to pick up voices. That's what I'm doing,
Okay,
and
it's kind of interesting stuff.
yeah, and
Are
that's
these
what it's picking up
spirits?
on.
Are they spirits?
No,
No.
well, I
Isn't it?
mean
We pick up on
they
actual physical people.
could be. We don't know what they are.
Right.
I'm feeding out three different frequencies here. You can hear them out loud. Well, you won't be able to hear them out loud because it's going to pick up what's coming through.
Right.
So yeah, that's basically what it's picking up. So yeah, it's
Does
I
it
don't know
like
what
she
they.
said?
I
Does it
mean,
pick?
go ahead.
Does it pick up like she says right here? Does it pick up communication with other dimensions or real time? You think?
Other dimensions also. That's what it's doing.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I have things where like I don't like to say, but I hear things like uh, guides. I don't know whatever you call them. People, not voices in my head, but people around at times.
Oh, your spirits. If you got spirits around you, sometimes you will hear them, and sometimes you won't.
Yeah,
Depends on how your third eye, how open
Depends
you
on
are.
how you're in tune with them.
yeah, and
Yes,
that's
they at first they would come in like a chirp.
mm,
It sounded like a bird chirping at first until they tune in. Like I don't know if maybe I was moving to another dimension or I was. If that's what that was why I was able to hear them at times.
Because I can see mine. Actually,
You can
sometimes
see them. I
I
had
can
to
see
ask
them.
for it to stop because it was causing me too much issues in the physical world as far as anxiety and different things.
And it don't help if you got like two walk-in closets that have mirrors on them and they face each other.
Oh yeah, the mirror.
That's a portal.
well, yeah, that's basically what I have set up. In the black mirror behind me, I have another mirror facing it.
Yep.
They're about
That's
they're about mm, they're about 8 feet apart.
yep. Because where I live, that's how it's set up, and I didn't realize it. And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
Yep. See, I've used the spirit boxes before, like around my house, and I'd just
I
sit and I'd communicate with them. Basically, my uncles, my grandfather,
right.
my guides.
Yeah. I mean, right now I'm not even using a spare box. I mean, that's normally what I run is a spare box, but I'm doing something totally different. Um, I did this the other night, and I decided to do it tonight. So yeah,
totally off the
Hey, you
spectrum.
everything
feeling
is
that, Rob?
Off the
everything
spectrum
that we're
tonight,
doing
Rob.
tonight is totally different. Nobody else
Totally
is
off
doing
the
this.
spectrum.
Nobody else is doing this out there. Nobody.
Right.
No, no, I never seen it nowhere.
Kind of like tarot cards. A lot of people are doing these fancy with the images and stuff on them, and I have yet to see anybody do tarot readings with the Egyptian way with playing cards,
Right.
the way it's supposed to be done.
Right.
How you doing with playing cards?
There's really hard to read, but it's a natural way to do it. It's actually how it's supposed to be done.
I build
Wow.
spare Linda. I build spare boxes. Here's one.
You do really. That's cool.
Here's one here.
That is cool. That is
I
cool.
have to get one of those from you.
Yeah,
So yeah, these
you
are the
can
ones
download
that I
like
built.
Somebody just asked Linda. Linda asked about the spirit box. You can download them off of Google Play Store also.
They don't work.
Some of them do. I found a couple of them that actually are pretty accurate.
Yep. What's that?
You just got to download a few of them and just try them out.
Necrophonics is a really good one.
Yeah, I'd recommend going with one of the paid ones because those are probably real and not pre-programmed.
I paid for that one. Necrophonics is a really good one.
Yeah, Necrophonics uses banks. I can open up all the banks and show you guys what it uses.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I can tell you everything about every app out there and how it works. And I can play the audio banks. Yeah,
How you doing, Rob?
I'm doing good. So just heads up. Yeah, I mean, I know all the developers of the apps. I've had fallout with all the developers because they don't like when I speak the truth.
Yeah, nobody does. Nobody does. They can't handle the truth.
They don't want me to give out their secrets.
Yeah, right? No. It would show that they're phonies.
Yeah. And
some people can't handle the raw truth.
And I show them.
Yeah, some people can't handle the raw truth.
Yeah, they don't. So anyway, yeah. So basically, I just wanted to jump in, talk to you guys real quick. I'm gonna let this thing run. I might start up a ghost box in a bit, but I just wanted to run this for a little bit.
I can get. Do you sell your spirit boxes?
I do. Look at my link in the bio. Okay. The link in my bio. I know I'm changing up the prices. I'm probably lowering prices, but my website's in the bio. Go to my bio, look at my website, and I have all the boxes that I build in there.
Okay. Perfect.
Cool. Can you give us a follow back, Rob?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm trying to get up to at least 1,000 followers. I'm getting there.
Everybody.
My daughter calls me cringy. I'm what TikTok calls cringy. I told her I was gonna make cringy cool.
Everybody do like everybody that's in the boxes or up in that I brought up, please.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, let me start this thing back up. I'll bring people back up in a bit, but I'm going to drop you guys for now. All right?
All right. Nice talking to you, Rob.
All right, nice talking to you.
Have a good night.
All right, you too. All right, let me start this thing back up. Yeah, I don't know what's up tonight, but man, this sounds different. You just said danger. That was weird. Is this voiceover chat? No. This is this one is hold on one second. All right, so what I'm doing here is I am using I'm using 3 different frequencies. There's no app, no audio, radio. It's just 3 different frequencies. And there's voices coming over those frequencies. Where they're coming from, I have no idea. I've been working on all this for 5 years. I just haven't done it in a while, but the voices that are coming through today are totally different than what was coming through 2 days ago. I did make some changes to the frequencies, and it's just mind blowing. So this is, yeah, it's crazy. I know, but All I can say is they're between 200 and 900 hertz. I was trying to make it not as harsh. Trying to tone it down so it's not so harsh. I'll leave it there. Yeah, it's getting a little crazy. All right, I'm going to stop it for a minute. All right. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Ah, yeah, I don't know who all was here the other night, but if you go back and listen to the show on on Wednesday, and listen to that compared to now, it sounds totally different. Nothing's changed. Um, the only thing I did was changed up a little bit, but actually I went back to everything. That's what I was doing all the adjustment. So everything's the same as it was on Wednesday, but um, the frequencies are back the same also. So yeah, that's the thing is you with because we don't know what we're communicating with. I mean, we're just getting voices. So um, and there's so many more faces coming through. There's a lot being said. That's the thing is there is a lot being said. There's a lot of messages in there. Oh, that's awesome, Donna. See, I knew you would. Yeah, that's all right, Chris. You can bug me. I don't care. Well, you know what? I got to look up something. Where is where is my What's up, Don? We were doing interdimensional communication. What can I tell you how many YouTube forums are being copied? And let me start it back up. Say yes to what? Who are we speaking with? Can you give me one of your names? Come on, you can do it. You can say it. What do you want me to stop? I had to pull up my Discord. Who's safe? Man, why are you telling me silence? I can't laugh. Why are you getting pissed off at me? So was the message that you gave me today, was that what you were referring to on Wednesday? Yes. Is that what you're showing me? What else do you want to show us? Is everybody ready for this? You told me not to share. What about the spaceship? I don't know why they keep on saying take us. Man, this is nuts. What about this house? All right, we're gonna end this. That was pretty cool. It is trippy. All right, Lori, see you later. Yeah, this has been a pretty cool ongoing project. Yeah, I don't know. There was a lot of messages in here. Um, I know a lot of it was directed towards me, but um, I had to work on some things still. It's an ongoing project. Robeck, where are you? All those people, you guys were like sending requests, but I wasn't. I was trying to make some changes, so let's see. Hey, Michelle.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you? What are you
I'm
eating?
good. Oh, a cookie?
You are so busted.
I know. I'm not used to. I've never really been on a live before.
You haven't?
Mm-mm.
Well, welcome.
My first one. Thank you. Whatever. Give it on here.
What's up, Deb? Now,
How did
Deb,
I get here?
what's that? I brought you up. You
Hi.
requested it.
I didn't. No, I'm not even touching my phone. Neither was I.
Well, you guys both can't. You guys both sent
The
up a
spirit.
request.
The spirits brought us here.
The aliens brought you.
No. I'm cool. I'm cool with
They beamed you up.
it. Maybe we're the witches.
Oh, maybe. Throwback, you gonna come up? Yeah. So it's been. I don't know. What do you guys think? I know it's crazy, but
Yeah, it's fascinating for sure.
I don't know if you guys heard the story the other night. We talked about the background behind this whole thing.
No. What is it?
Um, Throwback,
Hello,
should
everybody.
I tell the story again on how this
Yeah,
all
tell the
came
story.
about,
Yes,
so everybody can think I'm
fascinating.
whacked?
Well,
Yeah.
half of us already know you're whacked. That's okay. But half of us are crazy here anyway.
Okay,
So
we're in here with you, so I think we're all wet.
Um,
Tell
so
it, but take me off because I'm gonna cough on here.
Just mute yourself.
How do I get out of here?
I'll kick you off if you want
How
to.
do I do that?
Here, I'll do it.
Oh,
Disconnect. So, God, how did it all come about? So,
Well, first of all, you said, "Hey, do you guys want to see something really cool?"
I know.
And then that's how the story got, because we started asking you questions about, well, how did this all come up? And
So, okay, so years ago, I was playing around with different frequencies, and that's why I play the different music. Um, I play a bunch of binaural music, binaural beats. Here, I'm going to start it up so you guys will get a little bit of context.
guys, if you don't stop fighting, I might kick you out of here. And don't keep.
So, this music that I'm playing, this is called binaural beats. So it's different. It's just a frequency that is used to create music. So a lot of people ask me, "Oh, I hear singing bowls." Yeah, singing bowl creates different frequencies, right? When you ding on a on the singing bowl, you ding it, and then it'll vibrate, and then you use the little mallet to kind of go around it. It's almost like using a wine glass. If it's crystal, you damp your finger and run your finger along the rim, and the glass will start humming. If it hits a certain frequency, that glass will shatter. So I started playing around with binaural frequencies, um, and I was doing that, and I was hearing voices come through. Um, and I kept on doing that, and more voices were coming through. I was doing that during lives, even. Um, so I was doing that a lot during lives, and um, we're hearing voices, and that's how I would start um, a lot of shows. I would do that and play certain frequencies, and we were literally hearing different voices. And that's when Emma started coming through. Emma's a little girl that's here, and so Emma started coming through when I was playing different frequencies. And it would cause her to come out here and basically show herself, or she would speak into the mic. She would start sitting off her REM pod. She would just do different. So all of a sudden, we started hearing other voices coming through. Um, and a little girl came to me and told me that they wanted me to work on the frequencies. And I was like, "What's going on?" I was like having dreams. And then they would tell me what frequencies to use, and they said you need to go work on. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. It was always weird hours, early in the morning. So I start working on it, and then all of a sudden I was hear these frequencies or these voices. It's like what the hell's going on? And I sent somebody, and you actually heard literally sentences um, of these voices. So I recorded them, sent them over to two people that knew what I was doing. And I was telling them the story, and I sent them the recording, and then they were like, "What the hell is that?" I said, "Dude, this is what happened." They were kind of blown away. So I was like, um, and then they would, so I played these frequencies and play around with them, and then they were like, "Wrong frequency. Keep working." It's like, whatever. And then I would try different frequencies. little bit off, I would just change them up a little bit. And then they said close. And then I would do, but I was doing these, and so I was playing with these frequencies during my lives on YouTube. So I would play them, we would do these things, and then all of a sudden, these frequencies, we would get roll call. It would name every single person in the live, every single person, and it would go down in order. And then everybody's like, "What the hell's going on?" It's doing a roll call,
That's amazing.
and then so then again, I get another message looking up. You need to work on this. Go back and doing it again. Then I do another live stream test, and everybody's like, "Dude, I don't know how in the hell you're doing this. This is freaking nuts." And the responses now, there's more messages coming, and everybody was like responding during the live. And I was getting people calling me on instant messenger on Facebook saying, "Dude, what the hell are you doing? How are you doing this? This is crazy." And then they were like, "I started recording your lives and using them, and I'm hearing." So it was almost like it was using people also in my lives to do the test. It was just nuts. So it progressed, and then all of a sudden it just stopped doing it. I got busy, and then when I started it up again, um, maybe a year later, it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. So then the more I played with it, the more it's coming back. Then I started getting messages, and then all of a sudden I tried to change it, tried to enhance it, and I just couldn't do it. And then I couldn't go back to what I did because all of a sudden, and it was weird. The days that it wanted me to test things, the audio would have worked perfect. I wouldn't change anything. I would just sit down my computer, bring everything up. If it did not want me to test it, it would not work at all. I couldn't even get my audio to work on my computer. In my lives, I couldn't even get my lives. My audio would just like freak out. And I was like, what thing's going on? So I would reboot, I would reset everything, and I'm like, nothing's changed. I even did like restoring the software and saved all the changes because I had everything backed up. Did a restore, read up all the changes. It wouldn't work. And but then all of a sudden, if I would get a message, everything would work perfect. If they didn't want me to work on it, it would not work at all. I couldn't get the audio working. And I was like, what the hell? It was just really strange. And everybody on YouTube would be like, Rob, what did you change? I said, I swear, I didn't change anything. Um, and even during the lives, it was shut down my live. Where my audio, like, I couldn't, my mic would shut down, or the audio would just glitch. It was just really, really strange. It was like it was controlling everything on the lives. I know that that sounds crazy, but it happens so many times. Yes, my audio setup is very complex, but it's so I got so used to just okay, here's the order I got to boot everything up. Here's how I do everything. Here's all the settings. I had everything set. It just wouldn't work. And if you know, it would be like it's working perfect right now. Then all of a sudden, the audio would just cut out, and people would be like, "Rob, I can't hear you." I said, "What do you mean you can't hear me?" They're like, "Everything's working on my end." They're like, "I can't hear you." And people were sort of calling me, "Dude, your audio is not working." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" They were like, "It was working perfect. You know, now it's not, nothing's working." I was like, and I said, "Look, I'm doing audio tests. Everything's working. I'm hearing myself. I can hear the stream. Just the audio was not going into the stream." And then if I ended the stream, and then I would do like a Zoom call, it was like perfect. And if I started up the stream again, it wouldn't work. It just had weird control over everything. It was nuts.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Was it doing it this summer? Over the summer? Go live a few times?
If I thought about using BlueRay, if I even thought about using BlueRay, or I was talking about doing it because I was talking to a friend of mine saying, "Hey, I'm going to test BlueRay tonight." Yeah, it would. That's what was talking.
Because didn't you bring it up one time? I think
I
one
did.
time.
Yeah, I did bring it up, and
And that
that's why I never even tested it.
Hmm.
Because yeah, it's if they don't want me to run it, I can't run it. It's strange.
Yeah.
And nothing
How
has
long have
changed
you
in
been
those
doing it for?
frequencies. If I use something other than those frequencies, it will work.
Hmm. So like this, like right now you're showing it, so like tomorrow it won't work.
Well, look at how different it is than what it
It
was
is
on
different.
Wednesday.
Yeah, correct. It is way different.
But the thing is like they remember when I said, and I kind of said, well, I just got a message,
Uh-huh. Well, I
and
watched it back like I don't know how many times I watched it, like 4 or 5 times, and it definitely says like go back, and then it said stop, I believe.
mhm.
I forget what it said, but it said go back and then stop. I'm like, but he didn't stop when he said stop though. But
Yeah,
yeah, it was.
it was crazy. I know it's nuts. I don't know, and I have no answers. Um,
When you got that gift too, it said, "What's that?" When that little minion showed up and was like, "What's that?"
it almost kind of looked like a little alien. It was kind of weird.
Yes,
I've never seen
yes.
that before. Yeah,
But it clearly said, "What's that?"
I know it's just it's nuts. And I mean, there's so many people that have witnessed it that were. I mean, Amy's been there. Amy on YouTube has been there since then. Karen's been there.
Hmm.
And they were some of the ones that were called out during the roll call. There was a handful of others, and there was somebody, one of my good friends, Carl, that was from Australia. He was one of the ones that was telling me that I should we would share stories um, um, about interdimensional communication, and we were sharing stories. And he was like fascinated, and he's the one that was one of the ones that was blowing up my phone in Messenger. He would call me up, and he was like, "Oh my God, Rob!" He's like, "You're not going to believe what happened." And he said, "You got to pull up your test." He said, "Save um, your test run, and replay it on the live." And I said, "Oh, that's a good idea." So I just took the audio from the live that was recorded, and I played it back, and he was just like, "See, here we go again." It started like giving us. He knew all the audio from start to beginning because he said he's listened to it for hours, and he knew it like the back of his hand. It's like almost when you listen to an album over and over and over and over, you know every part of that album. And he said that's what he did. And when I would play it over live again, it would totally change. And he said, "This is weird, bro." And he said, "I know the audio recording like the back of my hand." And the recording was only an hour and a half long. I think an hour. So he said, "I knew that whole thing, that whole hour and a half. You know," he said, "I knew it like the back of my hand." And then he said, "If you've gone through and replay it, it changes." He said, "It constantly changes. That's why I asked you to redo it." And he said, "The few times that we did the test and we ran it through a few times," he said, "every single time it was different." He said, "Go back and listen to it." And I went back and listened, and I was like, "Holy shit, you're right." I said, all the responses are totally different. And he said, yeah, that's what I'm telling you. His name was Carl. Yeah, my name is Rob. So yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. But anyway, I just had to share that story. So yeah, that's where this was all stemmed from, and this happened back. It was before COVID. I think it was 2018. I think 2018 is when I started working on it. It was about this time in 2018. It was um, around November, December timeframe in 2018. Anyway, I just had to share the story on how where it came from, how it came about.
Don't drop it.
Carl, no, Carl doesn't have long hair. Yeah, it's being recorded on YouTube.
Lay down. Not, we're not going.
Nope. Have
Yeah,
you always
see,
been into the paranormal?
I have been into the paranormal since I was a teenager. I mean, I've had a lot of experiences growing up. So, first experience was at 5, and I have seen countless um, apparitions. Um, Other people that have been with me, they're like, dude, I don't know how and how you attract this shit. But every time like we would go somewhere, we would always see apparitions, and other people would see apparitions. And this is why, and I've always built paranormal equipment, so and I know how equipment works. And this is why I can tell people don't use this, don't use that because it doesn't work. Because I know how it works. Um, so I know what frequencies equipment uses to set it off, and you know half of it out there shouldn't even be used in the current level because it's you only detect um, man-made devices. The only thing that would really work for paranormal as equipment goes, if you're trying to detect spirit or is static detectors. Yeah, so anyway, that's a whole nother story. So it just kind of upsets me when people use certain things, especially one of these. It's just, if somebody uses one of these and they're telling the flashlight to turn on and off, I can tell you exactly what's happening with that flashlight.
Oh, do
I've done
tell.
it before. So what is it? What makes it go on and
Oh,
on?
do
So,
tell.
so when you turn on a flashlight and leave it like barely on,
Mhm.
coming from it, and somebody that works on the electronics. So what it does is when you turn it on and leave it partially on, the circuit warms up. So it's like a door. What happens when the door gets cooled out? What happens to a door?
Close?
No,
Say that again.
what happens to a door when it's cooled outside?
Oh, it gets stuck,
Yeah, because it
right?
swells. Yep.
Yeah.
And then when it's hot, it expands. It
Uh-huh.
shrinks.
Well, yeah, it's easier to open.
Yeah.
I bet you doors that do that. I know that. I got stuck in my master bedroom. I know that.
So it's the same thing with the electronics. If you turn it on, it's meant to turn on. So, but if you barely turn it to where it's barely on, the circuit warms up.
Mhm.
So it's going to
So,
contract. It's going to open and close. So it's
so do they train
constantly.
for this?
What's that?
Do they train for this? Like actually, like time it, how long it takes for them to say, "Okay, now shut it off."
Yeah, but it's coincidence because it's going to turn off. You can sit it there. You can sit it there and not even ask questions. I mean, you can turn this on, and it's going to randomly turn on and off. So it's just going to sit there. It might sit there on for a while, and then it's going to turn off.
That's crazy. What a coinky dink. That's insane.
It's just a coincidence. And people do that. And that's been debunked. That was debunked back when it first started being used. And that's why I have a lot of electrical engineers that are friends. Um, I have a lot of friends that are electrical engineers, and they would always, because I have like my bags of electronics or paranormal equipment in there, and then they were like, "Oh, so we're talking about the paranormal," and they were like, what equipment do you use?" And then I was telling them, and then they're like, "Bring in all of your equipment. I'm going to tell you exactly how everything works." Because so my background is I'm so by trade I'm a network engineer. So at that time I was doing a lot of working a lot with Wi-Fi and the cell phones, things like that. So one of my projects was one of the engineers gave me a project and he said, "Hey, I need you to write up a document on what causes Wi-Fi interference." And he said, "There's a reason why I'm giving you this project." And I said, "Okay." So I had to come up with everything that causes radio, that is affected by radio interference or RF. So I'm like, okay. Um, so I was like documenting everything. So I was go around, and he said, "Do me a favor, out of your bag, go grab me an EMF detector or an EMI." He said, "It's not even EMF, it's EMI." And he said, "What does EMI stand for?" And I said, "Radio frequency interference." And he goes, "Yeah, where in the fuck did EMF come from? That's not even a term. That's not even a real term. It's EMI." And so I started laughing. I was like, okay. Um, so 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 he said, go grab one of your devices. Um, and so I grabbed one, and then he said, "Okay, I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to turn something on, and I want you to find it. What's causing the EMI?" I said, "Okay." So I grabbed my thing or my device and I was walking around. And then I was like, "Okay, it's spiking right here. What the hell is?" So then I was like, "Oh shit, is that it?" So he turned on. He had like this little radio. Um, 'Cause he was a ham operator. So he brought in a little transmitter and he hit it behind something, and that thing would just like spike. And I was like, "Holy shit, here it is!" So I found that. And then so I would document it. And then he said, "Okay, so now what I want you to do is walk around your house this weekend, and I want you to find every single device that would set your thing off." I said, "Okay." So I did that, and I documented everything. The monitor, routers are like the worst. And then I said, all of a sudden, I'm getting spikes, and I don't even know where in the hell that's coming from. And then he said, "Okay, I'm going to tell you a trick. Go grab your cell phone." So I said, "Okay, here's my cell phone." He said, "Go download a radio tower map." And I said, "Okay." So he said, "Okay, go grab a radio tower map." And then so I grabbed one, and he was like, "Okay, open that up. Look at how many radio towers are around." I was like, "Holy shit, there's a lot." And he said, "Okay, what do radio towers do?" I said, "They emit radio frequency." And he said, "Yeah." you know how far that they'll emit EMF? I was like, no. And he said, up to like a couple of miles. I said, are you serious? And he said, yeah. He said, so if you're in an abandoned building, and he said, do me a favor, go shut off your breaker. When you go home, shut off your breaker. And that's what I did. And that's when he said, go grab me a minute. Because I shut off the breaker, but that device was still going off. And I think the clothes was in it. And that there's nothing around me for a good, the only thing that's outside is a breaker box. Anyway, so he said, I said, but this thing is like getting spiked. And he said, yeah. He said, go grab me. So we looked at the map, and then there was the closest radio tower, or the Wi-Fi tower was, or the cell tower was made. There's one maybe a quarter mile away. And he said, that's probably what it is. He said, what it does is they pulse it. They'll send out pulses. The program to send out pulses. Like when your phone is looking for a signal, it's picking up the pulse from the radio tower. I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. So he said, yeah, so next time you're out on an investigation, if you see nothing that's around, or if you have no power, you're in an abandoned building, go grab your map and go grab your map and load it up. If there's a cell tower within, a couple of mile radius, that's probably what's causing it. But yeah, the thing that, so back in 1984, back in the early days, in like the late 80s, late 80s, a lot of paranormal investigators, old school paranormal investigators, wanted something that lit up, kind of like what Ghostbusters, the movie Ghostbusters started off. So they were looking for devices that they can use in the field to kind of impress people. So what they turn to is electrical engineer tools, EMF detectors. That was the first thing. So that's basically where everything started. That's how all the tools for paranormal came about, which none of them are really used for that. But all the technology, nothing has really changed because there's nobody out there that really are inventing anything that there's no new technology that would detect, um, like EMF or radio frequencies or anything like that. Except the best tool to carry around is it's called a frequency counter. A frequency counter will tell you um, it counts from 0 hertz all the way to 5 kilohertz, and that will show you anything that's around you, whether it's a cell phone, whether it's man-made equipment. Man-made equipment is between 40 hertz and 60 hertz. And that's the only frequency range that EMF detectors will pick up on. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, and then like REM pods, a REM pod, you know what a REM pod is made from? It's basically, it's called a theremin junior. It's a musical instrument. It was made back in I think the 20s or 30s, and yeah,
Did not know that.
Yeah, whatever.
but yeah, that's what they're called. Well, if you guys ever look up a theremin, uh, that's what they are. It's a musical instrument. So basically, there's an antenna that sticks up, and that's why the REM pods they sound a certain way. There's actually two tones. You could put it on the like just like the beeping sound, or it has musical sound. So it has a setting you can actually use it for theremin. So the closer your hand gets to the antenna, it changes the tune. The further away it gets, it changes to a different tune. So yeah, it's an instrument.
The things you learn. I didn't have no idea. I just figured if something got close to it, just went off. I had no idea it meant something.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah, the worst equipment piece of equipment is a K2 meter. K2 meters are the worst. They're too sensitive. Yeah, Sheldon played one on The Big Bang Theory. Yep. Now the what's showing on the faces above, like on the top, that's a Perlin noise generator. So it's white noise like static that's creating different shapes, and that's what the voices are used. So yeah, so here's the thing, like um, so now in theory, so the theory of like spirits put out EMF, that theory doesn't even hold the water because we don't put out electricity. We can't produce electricity as humans in general. The only electricity that we can generate is what? If we walk around, slide our feet on carpet.
Static electricity.
Yeah, that's the only electricity that we can generate, right?
Mm-hmm.
In static, the frequency of static is 0 hertz. You can look that up. Static
What?
has 0 hertz, so it's not detectable. The only thing that can pick it up is static detectors, because it
Oh,
uses negative and positive ions to be generated. Um, and the 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 components that a static detector uses is what it can detect static. Um, yeah. So if you ever see static discharge, it looks like electricity. It looks like lightning.
mm-hmm.
It's really trippy.
Is it like those balls that you can put your hand on and you move your hand around, kind of like that?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. And if you ever walk around, here's the thing. So if you ever walk around in a location or anywhere, and you feel like you walk through spider webs, and
Uh-huh.
your hair stands up on end, what is that?
Yeah.
You know what it is?
No.
It's
Is it
static.
static?
It's static in the air.
Oh,
So
I get that all the time in Arizona because it's so dry.
yep, it's static.
Hmm. I get shocked just touching a doorknob, my dog, like everything.
Yeah, it's a static charge.
That's crazy.
So that's and if you're walking around with a static detector in your hand and you come across that, it'll start going off like crazy. I have walked past it. I was carrying because that's what I normally carry. I normally carry a static detector in my hand, or sometimes a compass, um, because a compass will pick up electronic interference, um, or in a recorder. And a couple of times we were charged by a shadow figure, and the freaking static detector started going crazy. My friend was pissed off and he goes, "Look, you're carrying a freaking $10 static detector. That thing's going crazy. I'm carrying a $250 millimeter, and that thing didn't even get nothing. Didn't even get a hit." And I started laughing. I said, "Yeah, because your millimeter can only detect, you know, certain frequencies between 35 or 40 and 60 hertz. That's what it's made for. It's not going to pick up static because static is, you know, 0 hertz."
Hmm.
So we were just like, he was so pissed. And he's like, "Well, that's cool though that we both reacted to, this stupid shadow figure that started charging us because we didn't even see it. We both like reacted and kind of like ducked and put our arms up like to protect ourselves." And he's like, "Dude, what did you just see?" I said, "I don't know. I just saw a shadow coming at us." And I kind of like ducked. And he said, "Yeah, didn't you see me?" And somebody caught it on camera. And then they're like, "What were you guys doing?" And I said, look back at the footage." And I said, "See that shadow?" I said, "Dude, that shadow was like hitting right for us." And then they were like, "Holy shit, I didn't even see that shadow." And I was like, yeah, all they were like, what the hell are they doing? Like, they both ducked at the same time. Like, somebody threw something at them. And we didn't even realize that we both did that. It was just kind of funny. But anyway, all right, I'm just chatting. So
Chatting is
now
good.
I had to fill you guys in on, give you guys some little, um, yeah, barometric pressure changes like crazy too. Yep,
It does?
yep.
That's crazy. Wow.
And you can actually feel it when it changes.
Hmm.
You know, that's the thing. Like back in the, like nowadays, it's kind of weird because we were talking about like some of the crap, like with Power Unity and all that stuff. You know, it was kind of, it got pretty bad, but back in the what, 2013, I want to say it was back in 2012, 2013, there was a team um, that was, we would, so they were holding a database. Um, so all these investigators would go out on locations and we would take barometric pressure. We would look up if there was any lens flares that day, the moon phase, um, what else? The temperature, um, the humidity. God, there was so much. There was so much documentation that we would do. We'd like take a log. Then we would do a walkthrough of a facility and take. Here's the thing: like if you're going to measure from if you're going to measure a location, if you're going to measure the EMF range in a location, you know how many EMF detectors you would need to measure a 6 foot square area, 6 foot by 6 foot. You would need one every 6 inches.
What?
So yeah, to get a proper reading, you would need one every 6 inches. An EMF
That's
meter only detects a certain range, unless it's something huge coming through. But yeah, it's so small.
wow. That's crazy. Every 6 inches?
Yeah, yeah, it's just crazy. But anyway, it's just nuts. Get me in trouble from talking about what?
I think Chris is just done with the book talk. That's what it is. There are some crazy pictures popping up here or
Oh,
there.
I know, it is nuts.
It's like hard. It's like I'm reading and then I'm looking at pictures, and I look at pictures and I'm stuck looking at pictures. That's why I think everybody gets quiet because they're like, "What the hell?"
Oh, like the picture that was just passed. That was kind of crazy.
Hmm. Yeah, I know. That's just it. That's what it's like. It's like just standing across like a crowd of people.
Yeah, it's nuts. But Michelle got quiet.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the pictures. Like
I know. It just you get stuck and
you
you
get
just
like
don't know
stuck
what
in
to
a
do.
trance or something, just like looking at all of it.
That's a lot.
So Michelle, where are you from?
I'm from Florida,
Florida. Yeah, you can.
Jacksonville.
Okay. Yeah, look at all the um, look at the sunshine in the background.
Oh yeah, my people.
Yeah, it's we'll start it up again. You guys want me to start up BlueRay again?
Yeah, I'd watch it.
All right,
Well,
I'll
I
start it up.
don't argue with you, so
I gotta start up the ghost box if you guys want to do the ghost box also. I'll have to change up the audio.
Yeah, that sounds good.
let's do a poll. Who wants Ghostbox? Who wants this that we're doing right now? Say yes, no, yes, yes, no.
All right, let me just start it up.
Is it easier to hear with the earbuds in, with the ghost box?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, I agree. But it's easier for me to hear this Blu-ray like on without the headphones though, for some reason.
because I was trying to listen earlier and I could barely understand anything.
You have to get used to it. Once you a couple of times you come on here and you listen, your ear kind of gets how do you say that, Rob? And not that your ear gets trained for it, but it's
Yeah,
different all
it's basically you get trained for it. You start
Okay.
picking up on what to listen for.
Yeah, because when I first listened to it, I didn't know what I was listening to. It just sounded like scrambled, just a
Yeah,
mess.
I'll pick up words here and there, but nothing like you guys put in the comments. I'm like, dang, how do they do that?
The more times you come on here and you listen and listen, like you said, you pick up on it, and you'll just be amazed one day you'll pick up a bunch, and then sometimes you get on here you can't make anything out. It just depends on the kind of day spirits are having. If they want to say anything, sometimes like Rob, there's really nothing, right? Like it can just be really quiet.
Yeah, sometimes there's nothing. If spirit wants to give you a message, they'll give you a message.
Hmm.
If they don't, then yeah, nothing will come through.
Yeah, yeah. Christine's right. People hear different things.
Yeah, it depends. And like I said, you guys, if you go back, if you go back and listen to the recording on YouTube,
Hmm.
you'll hear things that you didn't hear before. We used to do that all the time. Everybody, um, one of my friends, she would write down timestamps. She was, and then she would like, we would we'd actually do like a review after, like, so I would get off of here like I don't know 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, because I used to start my lives at 11:45 p.m. Pacific time, so it was 2:45 a.m. Eastern. So I would get off my live at quarter till five, sometimes 5:30, sometimes 6 in the morning, my time. So it was like 9 o'clock Eastern in the morning. People would go to bed when I start my live, wake up having breakfast, and then they're like, "Dude, you're still on," and I would laugh. And so her and I would kind of go back. She was like, "Okay, here, write all of these down. I want you to go back and re-listen." So she would have at least 5 or 6 times. And she said, so this one's like 10 minutes, this one's like 30 minutes, this one is, and she would tell me how long that to listen for. And she's like, tell me what you hear. I'm not going to say what it is, but tell me what you're hearing. I'd go back and then I'd call her up and then we'd talk the next day and we'd go over it. She said, yeah, that's right. And I was like, holy shit, why didn't I catch that before? She's like, why do you think I wrote it down? Because you totally missed this whole conversation. Well, you were picking up on parts of it, but you missed the context. You know, my lives used to go on for 7 hours average.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
average, every Saturday
Oh,
night. But anyway, all right, let me go back and let me run this, and then we'll pick up and do it. Hold on. See how different it sounds?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally
Yeah.
changed. Totally changed. After I talked about what? How it stops, how they had control over the audio. I haven't changed anything. Who are you looking for? You said, where is she? They just called her a bitch. What's up? What's up, Brooke? Yep. Who just called out for Christina? I just heard we are aliens. Are you aliens? What state am I in? Were you listening to our conversations earlier? So, do you have any messages for us? Are you on the other side of the building from me? Are you out of the Pacific? Yes. Should I come visit you? Should I come near the rock and watch you? Should I come near the cliff and watch? Should I come film? Should I show people what I'm talking about? Why was there a long pause? Is the moon real? Holy crap. You guys see what's showing up? The bars in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah? Have you enjoyed yourself? Melissa, come up and ask your questions.
Yeah, come on. Melissa, come up.
Oh, she's at work.
Dang it.
All right, do you have any messages for us? Is this working for you? All right, Mandus, I'm going to go get me a drink. Damn it. Okay, I'll stop this.
That is absolutely crazy.
I left this in too long. It's frozen. It's literally frozen. I probably caught it before it exploded. I got what liquid was in there. The rest of it's frozen. It's not even slushy. It's beyond slushy. Well, that was weird.
Just to get the audio.
Okay. So what do you guys want to do? I thought, Brooke, I thought you wanted to come up.
She was going to, but then you left.
Oh, you guys want me to load up the box? What do you guys want to do? Said slushy. What?
Yeah, ghost box sounds good.
Let me, yes, I know, reverse. Yeah, let me.
How you feeling, Rob?
Yeah, I feel better. Yesterday, not so much. Not so much yesterday. So I'll just do it like that. Won't have anything at the bottom. Or I could do this. Hold on. Let's see. Can work. No, to reload. No, to turn on light. Light a candle. There, that's better. Okay, let me start it up. Um, let me kill the other feed. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah, while you switch over, I'm going to take Max for a little walkie through, and I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay, I'm not going to hang out. I'm just going to put you on silence. Silence.
No worries.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Where? Oh my god, that's weird. That was so weird. All right, I'm going to start up the ghost box.
Is it your humans? What people?
Somebody just called out for Buffy. Who just called out for Paul?
This is what
Who just said us? Well, we asked who called out for Paul. What the heck? Look at that crazy skeleton face. That was nuts. Who just said love me? You know what? You died? That was crazy because somebody said love me and there was a lady up above. Can you show yourself again, please? Yeah? Who just said get up? Who just said yes? When Chris asked for a son. Can you tell us who's here with us? Who just said William?
Us? Please.
Who just said Roz?
Please.
They're calling out a lot of names. Who's Larry? Larry, are you still here with us? Are you happy now? Can you show us your pictures, please? Can you show yourself? Alfred. You just said brother Caleb. Did your brother Caleb pass? Is he with you? It's a mistake. What's a mistake? Did what you do was a mistake? Michelle, I hear you in the background now. I'm like, I forgot you were on. You can ask questions if you want, Michelle. You were here. Spirits, who are you communicating with? Or do you have any messages for anybody? You need help? How can we help you?
Why? I guess.
You said something's delayed. What's delayed? Everything? Do you have any messages for anybody here in the live? Who's Ed? All right, I'm stopping this really quick. That's kind of crazy. Okay. Oh, man. What's crazy? Just with everything that's coming through. Who's Tara? Is anybody looking for a Tara? Let's turn it back on. Who's here for Tara? Who said me and Stephanie? Who's Stephanie? Are you looking for Stephanie out there? She's coming? Yes?
Yes.
So somebody's named Stephanie is
She'll be
probably
here soon.
gonna join the live.
Yep.
Where's the boy? Which boy?
There's a Stephanie on here.
She's not here though. Maybe she's coming.
Stephanie 738.
Is she on here?
If you look at the guests up on the top there, there's a Stephanie at the bottom.
Who just said stop? Who's the little kid that keeps coming through? Spirit was just calling you out, Steph. Who's calling out for Little Rabbit? For Amber. Or Amanda, I'm sorry. The little kid just spoke Spanish. Who said it is one? Oh my god, look, there's a little girl in the picture. Holy crap.
Oh, yeah.
Up above.
Oh.
There's a little girl that just came through. Did you just show yourself? Was that you? Looks like there's an alien. Can you tell us your name, please? There's so many people showing themselves. Can you make the lion show up on the screen, please? Are you gonna try? Who had a message for Stephanie? Who had a message? Wait, someone just said Stephanie. Stephanie's here with us now. Oh my God! Look, that looks like a freaking lion. This is
It so did. That's crazy.
right. Michael, is that you? Who just said it is? You have his wolf shirt? Emblem? Who's looking for Emily? Chris. Oh, there's a bunch of crap coming through. It's crazy. Why do you keep on saying hold? Who are you holding for? All right, I'm going to stop this. So that's something else that I was working on. So you see how I slowed everything down? Because everybody kept on asking, "Can you slow it down? Can you slow it down?" Um, so I wanted to try something, see how it worked. I personally like it when it's faster, but everybody was asking about slowing it down, so that's what I did.
I like it faster personally, but
That's how I do too. I mean, there was still a lot of responses that came through. Yeah, no, John, absolutely. Um, so John on YouTube just said, um, it doesn't seem to matter, no matter where in the world you are, it can still hear you. And that's what we've talked about. Um, that's why we started doing remote sessions. So I was doing ghost box sessions from here. Um, I had a team that I work with in Gettysburg, um, and somebody else in Massachusetts. So there was the three of us, and we're doing. So they were asking questions um, from Gettysburg, and I was running the ghost box session here, and we were getting so many responses, and the ghost box was we're telling them in Gettysburg to go look, um, to go downstairs and look for a Schmittler uniform. Um, they went downstairs and they were like, "Holy crap, no way!" And they're like, "Rob, you're not going to believe this." Um, so they went to um, a storage area, and they were like, "Nobody knows that this is even here. How in the hell did the ghost box even say this?" They went over, took a picture, sent it to me, and it was a SS uniform. And it's illegal to have, but yeah, they had an SS uniform. And
that was remote, right?
Yeah, and this was remote. Yep, they were in Gettysburg.
Okay.
I was running the ghost box here. Then the spirit was
Oh.
telling them something else, to go to this other place, find a jar. In that jar is going to have some human remains. And yes, they were like, "Holy crap, Rob! How in the hell is this happening?" Because everything that it was saying, and I didn't even know this, everything that it was saying was telling them, and they were taking pictures, and then they were like, "Rob, how?" And it was hidden um, in a wall behind some bricks. They knew where it was. They knew exactly what the ghost box was saying, or talking about. So they were like, "There's a jar of human remains that's hidden inside the wall behind some bricks."
Oh wow! Look at that. Look at that.
So yeah, it was pretty trippy. It was pretty crazy. And then and then I did a remote viewing, and I was telling them stuff and then they were like, "Holy crap, I know exactly what you're talking about," because I was seeing a room, I was described the room like verbatim, and then they were like, "Have you ever been to Gettysburg?" I said, "Never in my life." Then they're like, "I'm going to send you a picture." So they went into the room I was describing, they took a picture, and it was exactly what I described verbatim. um anyway anyway, Yeah, it's nuts. So I'm going to jump off of here. I'll probably maybe get on tomorrow. Depends if I go to LA or not tomorrow. There was just a lot happened tonight. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm still blown away with how different BlueRay sounds. So BlueRay is a project that I came up with the name for contacting or doing the interdimensional communication. That's the name that I was given, so I stuck with it. But no, that was fun tonight running that. It blew me away on how different it sounded. So anyway, well, thanks everybody for joining. Michelle, thank you for coming up.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll see you tomorrow.
It's already midnight there. What are you still doing up?
I don't know. I got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, too.
Oh my God.
Dedication.
Yeah.
Dedication.
I know, right? All right, guys. Well, good night.
Good night,
and
y'all.
Bye, Michelle.
It was good seeing
Bye.
everybody.